Hey, this is for cycle one, week one. I'm going to try to explain a majority of the science experiment materials that our community will be using versus what other communities have. I'm not going to go into super detail of like why the experiment works or how to explain to your class or anything else, because I think that a majority of the time we'll be using the CC lady from Mount Pleasant, who is super fantastic about explaining things and does a really great job of bringing it back to God and why we're doing what we're doing. So that's not my purpose of the videos. My purpose of the videos is just to explain what we have, what you'll see in your tutor bins, and how we are performing the experiments in our community. So for cycle one, I have created a science notebook, a science journal for each of the kids. So week one, you'll give the students their notebooks, and they're going to put their names on the front. It's just a binder cover. So each week they'll have a place that they can express. So if we're going to go and do names, attending, memorizing, expressing, and storytelling, number 5 is storytelling. So this is their journal in which they can storytell. Sometimes it'll be a worksheet like this. Most of the time, it's just kind of a blank piece of paper. Each week has its own page. So it'll tell you, what week it is and telegraph what experiment it is. Most of the time they're just, if you have time or you want to kill time or whatever, they can draw in here. And then at the end of the year, they've got their science experiment books that they can take home. But make sure you're taking these back every week so that you get to hand them out next week and the next week, and they don't get lost at home. So for baby bean, I'm going to have 2 beans per child that have been soaked overnight. And then I'm going to also give you a dry baby bean. Okay, so each child will get 3 beans. The first one, you can try to take the coating off with the kids. I'm going to take this for a couple hours, and it actually did work fairly well. So the coating you can peel off with the kids, and then after you've peeled off the coating, and I've given you 2 just in case something happens with one of them, and you need the second one. So I'll also have extras. So anyway, so then you're going to open up the baby bean and you're going to look at all the parts. You're going to explain all the parts and go from there. So for the older kids, their worksheet for their journal, they can use the word bank and they can put each words into the correct spot. And they can color the bean. For the younger kids, for ABCs and Apprentice, the words will already be in there and they're just coloring. So it's just a coloring sheet for them, but it's another way for them to express. One of the things that we're doing differently though than the other communities is I'm giving you, I forgot to tell you, you also have magnifying glasses in here for you. But what we're also doing, each kid is going to take home a Ziploc baggie as well as a paper towel. So you're going to have nine paper towels and then 9 baggies, and I will give you some water. So in each baggie, what you're going to do is you're going to get it wet. You're going to put the paper towel and the dry seed into the baggie, and then you're going to pour a little bit of water just to get it wet, to get the paper towel moist. Okay, and then you're going to close it, and then the kids get to take home these baggies with their baby bean, and they're going to tape it onto a window if they want to. But they get to tape it onto a window. I probably put a little bit too much water in here, so it literally just is a matter of dampening the paper towel. If you want to dampen the paper towel before you put it into a bag, that would work too, however you want to do it. But then they're going to put this tape it onto a window and anything that gets sunlight. And then in 3 to 5 days, they should see a bean sprouting. So kind of a cool experiment for the kids to be able to do themselves. But that is the purpose for the dry bean, or the additional purpose for the dry bean.